The all-wheel drive 2nd Gen CRV is surprisingly capable, and you'd be surprised with what kind of terrain this CRV can handle. My 1st and 2nd Gen CRV were both equipped with all-wheel drive. These CRVs can handle some pretty difficult terrain, including hitting some hills and easily clearing them, and hitting some difficult trails as well. But can the 2nd Gen all-wheel drive CRV handle really deep sand? That would even challenge some of the most capable off-road vehicles. We're going to answer that question in this video, so make sure to subscribe and hit that like button. It helps me out a lot. Now let's get into it. After lifting my CRV, I upgraded to bigger tires. For a few years, I was running mud tires, which have way more aggressive tread, and they are a lot heavier. Now, you would think these tires would do better, and they probably did in some scenarios, but in the sand, I didn't find that they actually worked that good, because they would basically just dig versus my stock tires, which would stay above and just spin. These tires would dig, and they were a lot heavier, and the CRV's engine had a hard time powering them once they would start digging under the sand. So I replaced the mud tires with all-terrains, which were way lighter. The treads weren't as aggressive, but still aggressive enough for off-road, and I think they're perfect because they obviously are a lot quieter on the road, but they are also capable off-road. So these tires did way better, so I do recommend going with all-terrains versus all-seasons or mud tires. These tires are great all the way around, and they did do much better in sand. After watching my videos and seeing how good the CRV does off-road, you're probably wondering, can the 1st or 2nd Gen all-wheel drive CRV do good in sand or really thick sand? And I have to say, the CRV has surprised me many times in the past. It actually does great in really thick sand, especially if you keep up the pace. Don't slow down too much when it gets really thick and really slow. As long as you're staying on the gas in the really thick sandy areas, it will not have any problem at all. And if you do end up slowing down, definitely don't slow down where there's lots of deep spaces where people have driven before, especially if you get in the grooves of some really big spaces where a truck was just digging through there, and then you try to turn around on those grooves. You're probably gonna have a way more difficult time trying to get out of there if you're trying to cross tracks.
And we should do way better with these tires because they're not mud tires. The mud tires, these stay on top a little bit better.
Another thing that I did want to mention in this video is that I never got stuck with all seasons or all-terrain tires in the sand, but I have got stuck twice with the mud tires, and like I said, I believe it is because they are a lot heavier and the treads are a lot more aggressive, so it wants to dig. And with the all seasons and all terrains, the CRV, it basically stays on top of the sand and just spins and gets through the sand versus going in and digging.
We gotta dig this. No, what's happening is open differentials happening.
Yeah, it's just working two wheels that are loose.
So rear suck the outer corners are moving. Let's fill this in the front and then 2 other corners on. Go. As he goes. I'm gonna push from the back. Do that again. Okay. Go. Let me push. It sucked it. Push it as hard as you can. Okay, we got to speed up. Go! Don't let go.
So in that video, I was trying to turn while going through someone else's deep tracks and going slightly up a hill. Definitely not the best case for going through sand. You definitely don't want to do that, and I have learned my lesson. Now, this sand out here where I go off-roading is definitely pretty dangerous because even my bros with their four-wheel drives get stuck, so I am definitely cautious, as you could see in some of my videos. So basically, to sum it up, my second gen all-wheel drive CRV is very capable in really deep sand. You do have to be careful though with mud tires. It is a lot more difficult to get through some of the sand, especially if you're going slow. With all terrains and all seasons, I had a much better time. Now that doesn't mean you won't get stuck if you have all terrains or all seasons, but my CRV does have a lot easier of a time pushing those kind of tires, and so I believe the CRV being able to spin the tires easier makes it easier to get through that sand. Also, if the sand is really dry and not compact, you will dig it a little bit easier, and if it has recently rained within the last month or two, it will probably be a little bit more compact and a little bit easier to stay on top of the sand. So the second gen CRV is very capable. It can do a lot, but it is no four-wheel drive. It can make it through a lot of different types of sand, so just be cautious if you're hitting sand in your all-wheel drive CRV. And also, like always, if you air down your tires, it will help. I don't always air them down. I actually very rarely do, and I rarely end up getting stuck in sand, but that will help, as well as rolling with a four-wheel drive that can help pull you out, or even an all-wheel drive that can help you if you end up getting stuck, just to help you get out of the sand. So thanks for watching, guys. Let me know what you guys think about the video, and I hope this video helps you guys if you guys are building a second gen CRV or a first gen and you just wonder what it's capable of. This video should give you a better idea of what the CRV can do and how amazing it is. Alright guys, I'll see you guys on the next video.